What's up, guys? It's Shaheen Manjazi with Master Manifestors, and today I want to talk about how to change your state. There's my kitty. How to change your state when you are in an uncomfortable environment or social situation. So we've all been there, and you've probably been there too, where you go to a party or you go to some gathering where you kind of feel like you don't know anyone, and you're kind of like you feel kind of weird just because you're in an unfamiliar setting. And a lot of us can go into this deep default survival mode where we're just trying to find everything that's wrong with the situation. And I know you've been there, and I know a lot of people that do this as well. But they get into this like very negative state mindset where they keep like complaining about everything in the environment. So this could be from, I don't like the people that are here, I don't like the music that's playing. Kitty, there's my cat. Sorry. I don't like the music that's being played. I don't like the food here. Like they just every single little thing. It's like the lighting is bad, So it's like it's a really going into these people go into these default modes, and I used to do this too, like all the time. But it's like when you're uncomfortable, you just want to find everything that's wrong with the environment and where you are, and it's just not a really enjoyable experience for you because now you get yourself into a fight or flight state where you're just like you just want to leave and you just want to get out. So every moment that passes that you're still in that environment, you're just like suffering, you're very tense, you're very nervous, you're sweating, you get really bad anxiety. And what I want to do with this video, through this video, is to help you to actually make a small little adjustment in your thinking and in your programming, in your subconscious programming, where you can actually flip the script and you can make any freaking environment that you find yourself in enjoyable. So this is basically what I do whenever I find myself falling into that lower vibration negative state, and this is what I do. Basically, I start asking myself a few questions, and one of those questions is, how can I make this experience as enjoyable as possible? Okay. And I love asking myself that question because immediately my subconscious mind flips from that fight or flight state, and now I'm in this kind of expansive state of vibration where I'm just like, I want to interact with everyone. I'm like high-fiving people, and I'm an introvert by nature, okay? But it's when you change your state and you say, how can I make this as enjoyable as possible for myself? That's when it's like insane. Like you can actually turn it from turn any event or anything that you're in into something like miserable, into something that's actually super fun. So that's one question I ask myself, is like, how do I change my state? How do I have the best time ever? I'll give you an example, actually. It's a really good example. So actually my mom just bought like 4 tickets for the Radio Disney Music Awards. Now, if you know me at all, like I don't really listen to like mainstream music. Most of the artists out there, like I'm not really into it. But my mom bought us these tickets, and they had, artists like, like Disney Channel, like little, like artists that like little girls basically would like 10-year-old girls, like 6 to 14-year-old girls would like. And I go to this event and I was just like, what the frick am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? I'm a dude in my 20s, like, why am I here? You know what I mean? So immediately I found myself going into this state, like there's screaming girls like everywhere, and I was just like, oh my god, this sucks. But the thing is, I had to stay there for another 2-3 hours, so I finally had the awareness and the alertness to say, oh wait, I'm falling into a negative state. How can I change this? And I said, how can I make this enjoyable for myself? And immediately when I asked that question, I immediately like stood up and I started I think I started like singing along with the song, and I was like bobbing my head, and I was just like, yeah, yeah, like this is awesome. And like I started like turning to people and like high-fiving them. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it just goes to show that like it doesn't even really matter where you are, or it doesn't matter where you are, what environment you find yourself in. It's really about changing your internal state. And here's like another example to show you that your internal state is just your external reality is just a reflection of your internal state. And here's what I mean by that. If you're sitting in a room right now, ask yourself the question, like, what are all the bad things about your room right now? If I ask you that question, like, can you find all the like bad stuff in your life right now? And your subconscious mind's gonna start pulling all of that for you. It's like, oh man, I'm living in like this in my parents' house, or I'm not working the job I want to be working, and I'm not making enough money, and I don't have a girlfriend or whatever. And you could have like a million reasons why your life sucks, okay? Or I could ask you, what are all the good things that you have to be grateful for? What do you have to be grateful for? What's awesome about your life? What are the good things that you could identify about your life, right? And now your mind's going to start working. It's going to start saying, you know what? Well, I have, this person in my life, and I live in a Western country. I have access to clean water and food, and I have shelter, and I have clothing, and I can take showers, and all this stuff. So now you see what you're doing essentially is just changing your state by asking yourself questions. And asking yourself questions, through my experience, is the best way to change your state. So next time you're at an event or something, and you kind of find yourself going into a lower vibrational state, and it doesn't even have to be like at an event. You could be like at home and like in a super bored and depressed state, and just ask yourself the question, like, how can I make this day awesome? What can I do right now that would really make things really fun? What do I have access to right now? Who can I talk to? Who can I have fun with? And now you're changing your state, you're priming yourself, and you're going to have a freaking awesome time. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you want more content like this, please subscribe below, click the bell notification, and I will freaking post more content. I'm going to be posting like a lot of content in the next I'm just going to freaking keep posting. I don't have any time limit. So I hope this helped you guys. Shaheen Manjezi, Master Manifestors. Manifest your dream life. Goodbye.